You know, I was thinking about haunted places in Hawaii.
You couldn't carry pork over the pali. So once it was eaten, it was done, man.
I know the Green Lady. She was married to the Red Man. I actually emceed the wedding, and it was really nice. They had little purple babies.
Welcome to Countdown Hawaii, where we count down the top 10 of everything and anything Hawaii. I'm Miss Hawaii 2004, Olena Rubin. Every town has its forbidden spots, places where children and adults dare not go. That's our countdown this week. We give you the strange and unexplainable. We give you Hawaii's top 10 haunted places. Ever get the feeling that you're being watched as you drive at night? Our story takes us to Oahu's newest freeway. A couple is pulled over by an officer who tells them that their children should be in the back seat in their seatbelts. At number 10, it's the H3 freeway.
The couple was shocked by the policeman stopping them. They weren't carrying any children. They didn't have any children. The officer looked in the back seat and didn't find any children, apologized to the couple and let them go home. Upon arriving home, they looked in the back seat and found little fingerprints all over the back window.
Like one night, I was in that same area that incident had happened, and I pulled over this lady, and when I walked up to the car, she was lighting her cigarette with her finger, and I knew it was Madame Pele, so I just respectfully let her go. And then I drove really fast to the church and prayed for 4 hours.
Hey, it's Countdown Hawaii, and this week we're counting down Hawaii's top 10 haunted places. A local newspaper several years ago reported the story of an ominous security guard that works only at night. At number 9 in our countdown, it's Kahala Mall.
But you know, Kahala Mall, but that's a place, but used to be on the ancient burial ground.
Kahala Mall is a scary thing, you know, because you know they have that security guard deal, and
You know, like the security guard, the one, you know, he was talking to this guy, and the guy disappeared.
After the theater is closed, the security guards have to lock up the mall. One went upstairs to close the parking lot, saw his friend, an old timer he'd been working with a long time. He called to him, but the friend didn't answer. He opened the door and stuck his head out, and again called to him. This time his friend turned and looked at him and went around the corner. The security guard followed, but his friend was not there. Later that evening, he had asked a co-worker if he had seen his friend. They said no, it was his day off. And that next day, they found out their friend had died at home, about the same time they saw him making his last rounds at Kahala Mall.
Are you scared yet? Let's move on with the countdown. The story of the Green Lady surfaced between the 40s and the 50s. She was said to have green, scaly skin, seaweed-like hair, a grotesque face, sharp teeth, and an attitude to match. If you're lucky or unlucky, you can run into her at our number 8 location, Wahiawa Elementary School.
Several years ago, a report in the local paper stated kids had now seen the Green Lady in the playground. She watches over the kids, and if you look really carefully, you can see her on the slide.
I know the Green Lady. You know what? She was married to the Red Man, and I actually emceed the wedding, and it was really nice. They had little purple babies.
Stop!
Yeah, something about like she walks around at night and like you can see her. She's got like weed and all that hanging from her. And
Seaweed, huh? To tell stories about the seaweed lady.
pretty sure she walks around California Avenue.
It seems that no matter where you go in Hawaii, there's a mystery waiting to be unraveled. When we come back, the top 7 haunted places in Hawaii on Countdown Hawaii.
He drives to number 1 late at night, and it was like, I think it was his last run through the night. It's about 12:15, he passes by there. He actually stopped for a lady, and when he opened the door, the lady didn't have a face.
Welcome back to Countdown Hawaii. This week, we're counting down Hawaii's top 10 haunted places. Get close to someone because it's getting intense. What's scary about old drive-ins? Nothing really, unless they were built over a graveyard. The area behind the storage building in Kahala used to be one and happens to be number 7 on our countdown, the old Waialae Drive-In.
One evening, a woman went into the bathroom at the drive-in. She saw the reflection of this old lady wearing a black dress behind her. She turned to say hello, and the lady had no feet. She was floating in the air. Terrified, she went screaming into the night. These are documented facts. There are even genuine police reports. The lady went crazy. Now the drive-in is closed, and the graveyard is luxury homes.
Terror, violent hatred.
Oh, the old Waialae Drive-In.
That area was haunted along with the bathroom. When the movie was going on, you didn't want to go by yourself because there was supposedly a woman brushing her long white hair in the mirror, and she didn't have a face.
I went to Star to See, which is right next to her, and I've been there several times, and I would look in my back of my rearview mirror just in case I saw her. She never approached me. Neither did Bloody Mary.
And why is she standing in front of the mirror anyway, brushing her hair? She can't even see if she's brushing it right or if she's got her center part centered correctly.
My uncle that drives the bus actually had a run-in with it. It was at the old Jolly Rogers at Kahala. He actually stopped for a lady, and when he opened the door, the lady didn't have a face. And scared the crap out of him, and he took out, and I'll be honest with you now, he doesn't even stop at the stop. I hope he doesn't get in trouble with the Oahu Transit Services, because he doesn't service that stop after 12:15 at night, no matter who's there.
Turn on all the lights and bust out the tea leaves. We're counting down Hawaii's top 10 haunted places. Children, they're so adorable, but not late at night playing ball in the campus dorm room. It's rumored that little voices can be heard on the even side of the hall on the 3rd floor of our next location. At number 6, it's the Hale Ho'aloha dorms at Chaminade University.
September 16th, 2002. Late at night or early in the evening, every computer, light, and water fountain turned on, seeming to have a mind of its own. The next morning, 3 students in Halealoha had the same exact dream of kids laughing and deadly sounds coming from the ground. It is no longer a dormitory. Instead, it's a children's nursery.
All ghosts should get a secondary education, a quality one, at a good private college.
I wouldn't stay in any dorm room with ghosts, man.
I used to live right next to Chaminade, in like this building that was that's there, and strange things would happen at night. Like you would hear strange noises, or doors would open and close. A TV went on one night. by itself. There's a lot of strange. That one I believe in.
It's been a unis of Chaminade, pal. Because nighttime you can hear the kids laughing there. Shut little buggers, but it's small.
There's these little kids in my dorm. Move out! Move out!
We've crept up on our halfway point in our countdown, and there's no turning back. Our next location is filled with loving memories and unexplained phenomena. At number 5, it's the Mililani Cemetery.
Legend has it, the statue will keep you there and your car will not start up.
Moving statue.
I fell into the whole drive around the statue and it'll move, okay?
We used to turn our lights on, flick, 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 flick.
Statue started moving like that. But started moving like that.
And we used to be like, oh my gosh, you see it? You see it?
Not thinking that, look, you walk around something, you gonna get dizzy, the thing gonna move, okay?
We didn't realize that till we were much older.
And then I do the same thing now, and the statues still move, but I do them in the daytime because I'm scared to go over there at nighttime now.
I don't even want to go to a cemetery in the day, man. I don't even want to pay respects to my grandpa or my uncle, man. I am the world's biggest fraidy cat.
The cemeteries aren't scary because all those people out there, they don't bother you. It's the ones that are going over there putting the flowers or stealing the flowers that bother you. While you decorating the grave, they stealing your car. But the cemetery is not a scary place.
No matter how chilling these locations feel, it never stops local people from visiting them. Next, who is the old man sitting in the corner of the theater? Find out when we return.
I looked toward the handicap stall, and there was just jeans and boots. The kind that had paint drippings all over it. There was no body and there was no face. So I washed the hands and ran out.
Welcome back to the show that features the best and the worst Hawaii has to offer. We count down the top 10 of everything and anything Hawaii. This week, it's Hawaii's top 10 haunted places. I'm Miss Hawaii 2004, Olena Rubin. Theater management frowns upon those who don't pay admission, but in this case, they may not know these people are there. Or do they? Enter our number 4 location, the Dole Cannery Regal Theaters.
The Dole Cannery Theaters was built over an ancient heiau. This was the site of a terrible school bus accident where children and the bus driver were killed right next to the bathroom in theater number 14. The children and the bus driver can still be heard to this day. In theater 14, people have seen someone watching over them from the top corner. An old man watching them. Why has he chosen theater 14 is a mystery to us. But next time you're there, you should look for him.
There was a girl that worked as a cleaner over there. It was her first day. She went to clean up, and a kid came up to her and said, "Hey, have you seen my parents?" She said, "No, there's nobody in here. I haven't seen any parents. Maybe you want to go wait outside. Maybe they're outside." So she went about her work, cleaned the place up, went outside to the line, and she says, "Hey, did you see a little kid out here?" She said, "Oh, there's no kid." She quit like within 5 minutes.
Years ago, I was in the bathroom in Dole Academy, and I looked toward the handicap stall, and there was just jeans and boots. So I washed the hands and ran out. I didn't want to tell anybody because I didn't want anybody to think I was crazy. So the next morning, I shared it with the girls in the newsroom, and the funny part, they all saw the same thing, but everybody was so scared to say that they actually had seen the guy with no face in the woman's bathroom.
Your mind will play tricks on you. Check this out. You know what I did? My uncle got these boots, right? And I went to the girls' bathroom in the Dole Cannery. I grabbed these boots. I put them in the stall with some pants on it. I walked out. I put it in the stall next to it. So when the ladies went inside, this lady saw some boots over there, and they was like, you should have seen this one lady come out, man.
Guys, really? No, this is on True Story. I'm not making this up.
That's one of the funniest things I ever did, man.
True story.
For our next location, we head back to the Kahala side. There have been accounts of contact with a woman with no face and no feet in the public bathroom. Our third haunted place is none other than Kahala Mall.
The woman who reportedly haunted the old Waialae Drive-In restroom has been reported seen in the women's bathroom in the multiplex theaters of the Kahala Mall. And just like the sightings at the old drive-in, the woman with long hair is seen in the restroom in front of one of the sinks. When her reflection is seen in the mirror, she has no face.
That's why women go in twos. That's how I learned to do it when I was a child. Go to the club scene. You're coming with me, but it all started as children.
If I never have a face, I wouldn't got in trouble, so. Man, it wouldn't be cool if, you know, but my face identifiable. Yeah, you know what I mean, though. Profile.
Who needs hair gel when you have these stories to make your hair stand? When we return, Hawaii's top 2 haunted places.
I mean, I wouldn't go up there late at night, 12 midnight, and carry pork. I would cook them first, probably. Put some bay leaf, you know, throw some vinegar, put some soy.
You're tuned in to Countdown Hawaii, where we count down everything and anything Hawaii. I'm Miss Hawaii 2004, Olena Rubin. You thought it was hard to take a pair of scissors on an airplane? Well, try taking pork over our next location. It's coming in at number 2, the infamous Pali Highway.
There is an old belief that if you travel the old Pali Highway, day or night, that you must not have pork in your car. It is believed your car will stall and will not start until you throw the pork out. Some believe it's the Menehune who stop you. Others believe it's the giant pig god, Kamapua'a, who lives in the forest in Kaneohe.
We ate all our kalua pig before we went over the Pali because we were terrified that our car would stall and we would be stuck. How stupid are we to risk our lives and get stuck in any one of these places?
Yeah, a long time ago when my father and mother were taking the pork over the Pali, they were coming from my uncle's place.
They were coming from a party in Kaneohe.
This is before they had highways and byways. The car stalled.
I guess it died out coming over the Pali or whatnot.
She goes, oh yeah, you better go and fix it. He goes, I ain't getting out in this pitch black of the night. That's when they used to have the old hairpin turn. Finally, he said, what do you got? You got something in the car? She said, oh yeah, I got some kalua pig. You're not supposed to take the pig over the Pali, so he made her throw it away.
So they took it out of the car.
The car started up and off they left without the pig.
Take pork over the Pali. My car's fine. Fix your car. Maybe there's something wrong with your car.
It never stalled out my car, but I was dating a rather heavy Portuguese girl back in the day, and my car did stall out over the Pali. But she was able to muster the strength to push me to Liliha.
I live on a pig farm, so to take pork over the Pali would be sacrilegious for me. It's my heritage, no.
But I don't believe in it. I mean, I wouldn't go up there late at night, 12 midnight, and carry pork. I would cook them first, probably. Put some bay leaf, you know, throw some vinegar, put some soy, corn, peppercorn, and then you get your adobo right there.
Your haunted field trip is about to begin. Pack a lunch and come with us to the most haunted place in Hawaii. But before we do, let's run down number 10 through 2.
Number 10, H3 Freeway.
I pulled over this lady, and when I walked up to the car, she was lighting her cigarette with her finger. And then I drove really fast to the church and prayed.
Number 9, Kahala Mall.
And I actually saw a ghost in Macy's shopping for a new sheet.
Yeah, I wouldn't be scared to go to Kahala Mall and shop after that.
Number 8, Wahiawa Elementary School.
I know the green lady. You know what? She was married to the red man.
Number 7, the old Waialae Drive-In.
When the movie was going on, you didn't want to go by yourself because there was supposedly a woman brushing her long white hair in the mirror.
Number 6, Halehoaloha Chaminade University.
I think that all ghosts should get a secondary education, a quality one, at a good private college.
Number 5, Mililani Cemetery.
Oh my gosh, you see it? You see it? Okay, stop flicking the lights and then it'll stop moving.
Number 4, Doe Cannery Regal Theaters.
That place has got to be for real. Doe Cannery is scary. That's why I try and work 9 to 5 at work. I ain't trying to stay past 9:30 or anything like that.
Number 3, Kahala Mall Revisited.
Somehow her hair would part and she has no features. That's when you start screaming and running out, back to the station wagon, gravel under you.
Number 2, Pali Highway.
Frantic in the car. Their car didn't start. Something about their car stalled or something because they had pork in the car. And then the funny thing is because they checked real good and it was chicken. So it wasn't even pork. So that was all in the mind.
It's Countdown Hawaii, where we count down everything and anything Hawaii. I'm Miss Hawaii 2004, Olena Rubin. This story has been embedded in our culture for years. Practically every Hawaii resident has heard the legend of the young couple and the tree. The #1 haunted place in Hawaii, it's Morgan's Corner.
Now we've come to Morgan's Corner, known for its urban legends of hanging and bloody hands scraping on the roofs of cars whose drivers have dared park at the site. A young couple parked close to the Morgan's Corner, which now is locked off by a chain link fence with a 5-foot hole in the center of it. They went to the corner. Returning, they could not start their car. The boyfriend told his girlfriend to stay in the car and that he would go and get help. The next morning when she awoke, he was dead, hanging in the tree. Sometimes you can see apparitions in photos taken there of someone who looks like they're hanging.
Morgan's Corner I've heard of, but I've never been able to get up the courage to actually go up there.
I don't know if you can see that hair. Chicken skin though, hard.
Documented stuff scares me.
And it's just scary because they got those vines that hang down from the tree, and it just looks eerie.
We stood under that tree and we're like, on the phone doing call-ins for our radio show, and right there, something dripped on my head. And it wasn't raining, it was like, I swear it was like around summertime, dripped on my head. Ah! And I just full-blown screamed my head off and thought that it was the guy's blood. Wait, no, wait. Ah!
They come back a little bit freaked out. My friend Jerome, he's a white guy now, but when he went up there, he was a Popolo dude.
Off of the branch, there was this red shadow that was hanging, and it gave me wow.
Okay, turn on the lights, shake your tea leaves, and stock up on the holy water. You've just survived Hawaii's top 10 haunted places. I'm Elena Rubin, reminding you to always look behind, because you never know who's watching. See you next week.
Check this out.
Wow, wow.
True story.
My check better be in the mail for that.